Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing something that I haven't done in a really long time, and that is doing a look from my needles and brushes project. And if you don't know what that is, it's an ongoing series where I recreate tattoos in makeup form. So these are a few examples of the ones I've done in the past. And I haven't done tutorials for all of them, but I have done for a few of them, so I'll link them down below if you're interested. And today I'm recreating a tattoo by someone who is no stranger to my project, and that is Jamie Lee Parker. I've recreated 2 of his tattoos already, and this one that I'm going to insert right here is maybe one of my most popular looks to this day. Jamie is an amazing artist. If you don't know his stuff, I'm gonna link him down below too. Be sure to check it out. His work is amazing. And I'm gonna do something in today's video that I never do, but I am flipping the image around because I'm doing this for a very practical reason. Obviously, I would have to do it on this side of my face for it to look like his tattoo. But as you can tell, I've got a little bit of an outbreak situation going on. Here, I'm zooming you in so you can really see. I've got some, I don't know, they're not really pimples, but they're not really a rash. But I've got this going on right here on the side of my face, and it looks like it's a reaction to something, and I still don't know what it is. But I kind of want to leave it clear of makeup for now, so I'm going to be working on this side of my face, which is very nice and very clear, and I'm flipping the image so that it looks like his tattoo. So, mirrored image. That's it. I haven't learned how to use my left hand. It's still gonna be me with my right hand painting, just flipped around. It's not cheating, I swear. It's for very practical reasons. I'm just trying to take care of my skin. So I'm gonna keep you zoomed in, and I'm gonna start out with the eye. And if you know me, you know that I never do my eye first. I always do skin first. So I am actually going to do the skin, but just around my eye. I don't want to have foundation anywhere else where I'm going to paint after. So I'm just going to do a bit of foundation around my eye area because I need this to be prepped and primed. I did not think this through. I forgot to wet my beauty blender. Oh well. Dry beauty blender, here we go. Does this work? Seems like it does. Now, I'm not going to worry about the skin too much. I really want to make this look exactly like the tattoo. So I'm going to be adding in colors that aren't exactly skin colors. You'll see what I mean. Then I'm going to use some ColourPop concealer just as a base for my eyeshadow. I'm going in with some washi tape, and I'm just using the same technique as I did in my Akasha video. If you haven't seen that, link up there. And I'm basically just going to place this where I want my eyeshadow to end. I'm going to place it a little bit closer to my eye. There we go. So I went ahead and set my eye with the palest shadow from the Orb of Light palette. And the eye is very smoky and gray and black, but it does have some blue tones to it. So I'm going to be using this palette from the Body Shop, and I'm going to be using this blue as my transition color. This is the British Rose palette. This is, whoa, has more pigmentation than I thought it would. This isn't a palette that I reach for, like, ever. And I remember using it the first time and not being really impressed by it, by the pigmentation and stuff, so I guess it's got more kick than I remember. And the bangs come down all the way here. They cover up my eyebrows, so I don't really care about what I'm doing to my eyebrows. I think I'm also going to go in with the gray from this palette. I'm using a Luxie 229 tapered blending brush for this. I feel like I'm losing a bit of the blue, so I'm just going back in with that blue right along the edge. Next, I'm going in with the Sephora Pressed Shadow and Sailor Kiss. So I'm actually going to concentrate that in the inner corner of my crease. Kind of bring it up to my brow. This is a pretty challenging design to recreate because it's seen in profile, and I obviously can't see my face in profile, only like half profile. So I'm just doing this and hoping it turns out okay. I'm also going to bring this onto my actual crease line. Next up, we all know this palette, we all love it. It is the Creepy Cute palette by Strobe Cosmetics, and I'm using the color Void. Ooh, I just noticed this is a bit of a cut crease. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to cut this crease in a little bit. So I'm going to take this right above my natural crease, really. Don't want to blend it out too much. So I've just created this little tail shape. And I'm going to be cutting this corner with some concealer. I'm also darkening this inner brow corner. The blending on this eye seems a little patchy on the original design. Not really patchy, but just not as smooth as I can get it with powders. So I'm going to try to replicate that a little bit by not blending this black out too much. My God, it is so hot today and I can't turn on the AC, otherwise the microphone picks it up. So I'm just in hell right now. Okay, once that's done, I'm going in with Sugar Pills Bulletproof because it is a seriously black eyeshadow and I want to make this black even darker. Might have to go in with a cream product to get the effect I'm looking for though. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that. Using the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Black Whatever. Sorry, it's Whatever Black. And I'm just going in and really defining that crease line. If you're ever looking to make something look super black, cream products are the way to go. There's no way of achieving that just with powder. Even with the darkest black eyeshadow, you need to have a cream under it to make it really, really pop. Okay, I'm just going to set this base here, but first I'm going to cut my crease. Guess I'm going to use the ColourPop concealer for this. I like that Mr. Parker is going and doing some cut creases in his tattoo work. Don't know if it was intentional or not, but here we are. I'm going to try the gray from the Body Shop palette. Yeah, this is pretty dark. I'm kind of blending it into the concealer to make it lighter. Okay, I'm going to go back in with that black pencil and just create a little edge right there. Oh, ow, ow. Oh, I think it's way more angled than his is. I'm going to do a little bit of liquid liner. This is way too pointed. I got carried away just using some Derma E micellar water. The eye isn't finished yet, but we're going to go back to that later. Right now I'm going to start the designs on my face. And I'm using a gray face paint for this. This one is by Wolf. And I'm using a very, very tiny brush. It is a watercolor brush, and I am just 100% freehanding this. The way I do it is I always look for points of reference. So, for example, I know that this starts at the end of the cat eye. I know that this next shape goes all the way to the end of the eye. So I can work my way from there. That's how I eyeball things. I just look for references and try to keep the scale the same. So this thing is about the height of my eye, and that's how you do it. You just reference other elements in the image. I know that this goes to right where the mouth ends, and this part is right the same height of my nostril. It's about this far from this shape, so now I just kind of connect the dots. And it's okay to mess up the lines a little bit. That's why I'm using gray, because it's somewhat of a neutral color that I can easily clean up after. This is a little too low, so I have to bring it up a little bit. I can just erase it and do it again. This design is so cool, because it's like, she looks like a robot, but then it also almost looks like music symbols to me. Like notes and stuff. I don't know, I just really love this design. The moment I saw it, I was like, shit, I have to do that. It's been a minute since I've done one of these, so. Once that's done, I'm going to start drawing the gears on the inside of the shapes. And for that, I'm going to be using face paint as well. This is just Mehron Paradise paint. It just comes in a rainbow arrangement. I'm going to be using the lightest blue from this. The way I do that is I drop my water very carefully into the pan and I just go back and forth just on that one color. And the reason I start out with the lighter color is because I can always fix it up later with the darker color. Drawing these gears is going to be fun. Ugh. I don't know why I put myself through this. I don't know why Jamie puts me through this. It's all his fault. I blame him. Oh my god, okay, seeing this part right here is really, really hard. I can't see it properly, so I don't know if what I'm doing is right. Ugh, just hoping it is. Now that I've got the light blue done, I mixed almost all my blues together and I got this color. And I'm gonna use that to fill in the spaces between the gears. I actually did a combination of gray, this dark blue, this teal. These are all from Wolf, and this blue by Snazaroo. I also used a little bit of black. And I'm not gonna use this color in all the gaps. Some areas are darker than this, so this is just to start off. I'm also using this color to make shadows. Now for the darker shade color, I just mixed dark blue and black from Wolf. I'm going to be using this color for most of my shading and outlining and etc. Now that I think I'm done with this, at least for now, I've gone and mixed up some more dark blue and I'm going to start painting the neck portion. Because, yes, there is a neck portion. This wouldn't be a Jamie Lee Parker tattoo without something on the neck. So I'm going to have to do the lady over here. I have to decide where my horizon line is going to be. Might have to cheat it a little bit this way so that I can fit her entire body right here. It's gonna take quite a bit of tweaking. I'm gonna map her out real quick using the medium blue color. And the ocean would start here. Does that look good? I don't know, I can't really see from the profile angle. I'm going to take a picture and see what it looks like. That's the best way to see something if you can't see it yourself. Take a picture of the final pose. Yeah, except she's like a little crooked. So I'm gonna keep her head in the same spot. I'm just moving her body around. So I was kind of following the natural flow of my neck, but then that makes her be a little slanted. So I'm not going to follow my neck. And instead, I'm going to map her out in a whole new place. Alright, I think this is a good size for her. I think I'm going to start by making the water, and I'm going to be using the two blues from this little pan. You might be asking yourself why my hair looks like this. I know we're like halfway into this video, and I'm only addressing this now. But I just dyed my hair yesterday, and I didn't want to sleep with it wet, so I put it into pin curls, and today I didn't leave the house, so I just kept it in the pin curls. I'm going in with the dark blue from the little rainbow cake. You know what I haven't done in forever? My little tappy texture. Look at that. You remember this? Have you been part of the Pompberry family long enough to remember this? I just tap my brush and just let that be the texture. This is great texture for so much. Like you can use this for grass, for water, for anything. The world is your oyster. This is not quite the shade of blue I'm noticing that I want, so I think I'm actually going to remove a little bit of it. Sorry. Yeah, this looks too purple compared to the rest of the blues, so I'm actually going to use this blue by Wolf. It's from their Essentials palette, by the way. Okay, yes, this is exactly the blue I wanted. Can't see back here. Hopefully it doesn't look like garbage. Like me. Go back with the lighter color. I'm also going to go in with this teal color. I need to get a new palette, but Wolf hasn't been sending stock to stores in LA recently, like for a few months really. So my palette, all my pans, I've hit pan on all the colors, and I can't get a new palette because Wolf isn't supplying the stores, which is really weird. I don't know what's going on there. They better not be going out of business because they're literally my favorite face paint company. Now I am going to move on to the clouds, and I'll come back to the water later. Going in with that medium blue color I had created. Ugh, painting this is going to be the worst. I can't see. Also going in with some straight up black. This needs a thicker base layer. So you want to see what an optical illusion is? In order for this line to look straight when I'm facing forward, it has to look like this from the front. It's all about perspective, guys. That applies to everything in life. So while my neck dries, I'm going in with some white and going back to the ocean bit. Can't get over this paradise paint that smells like coconut. It's nice, but also like I don't expect these products to have a scent to them. I don't know, I just noticed that my background looks like shit. So I think I bumped into something. Yeah, it's a little better. Still kind of shit. So this is the part in a makeup where I'm like 4 hours in, I think. 3 to 4 hours in. And I start getting antsy because I want to be done already. But I know there's still a long way to go. Now I'm going in with straight up white. And I'm going to let that mix in with the blues to give me a lighter color. So I'm only applying a little bit of white, cleaning my brush off, and then smudging that out. So I just get a lighter blue from it. It's getting there. I go in with some of the teal. Back with the white. Now I'm going in with black. Just tapping it lightly to create shadows on those clouds. That black looks a little too dark, so I'm going in with the dark blue and just going on top of the black to soften it a little bit. This just creates more texture. The more you layer, the more texture and depth you end up getting. So it's not a bad thing, but I'm going to let that dry for now. Then I'm going to go back to the ocean and darken a few little areas. I feel like I need a smaller brush for this. Whoa. So I'm going to grab my little teeny tiny one. And I can't do tapping motions with this, but I can do little sketchy flicks with it. I'm going to take a quick dinner break because she's hungry. I'll be right back. Alright, so back to this. Adam kept threatening to smudge this the entire time we had dinner. Fun times. Okay, so I don't quite remember where I left off, but just gonna go back into the water. Guys, all this is just me looking at the reference image and trying to copy it as best I can. I think I'm actually going to go in and start drawing the lady. Before I go any further, I'm going to take another picture and see what this looks like. A little curvier than I would have liked, but I can fix that. I think that's better. Mixing the Snazaroo blue, some white. I think that's a really good match. Oh, shit, I forgot I have stuff on this eye. A lot of people ask me how I learned to draw and paint and stuff, and as a kid, I'd just find drawings and things that I wanted to draw. So like if I had a teddy bear that I really liked, I'd grab it and use it as my model, and I'd just try to recreate it. And that's how I learned to draw, by observation. I'd look at stuff and try to put that stuff on paper. And that honestly I think is the best way, and that's why I'm able to do what I do now, where I recreate other artwork, and that's why I'm able to eyeball stuff, because you train your eye to see proportions and details. So that's always what I recommend to people, is just observe and draw. Now with the Wolf Skins palette, I'm going to draw her little arms. These are also face paints. I'm going in with the darkest color of the palette. Wait for that to dry before I can do the highlights. I'm just adding little specks of color to add more texture. Don't be afraid to use your fingers and smear stuff when you need to. I'm just going in with some water on my brush and kind of blurring out the specks that I think are too defined. I think the ocean and sky are pretty much done. I just have to fill in the beach and then do the stars. Just filling the beach in with a sort of dark teal. While I wait for this to dry so that I can go in with a second layer, I'm going to do the stars in the sky. So I only have the one teeny tiny brush, so I always make sure to clean it really well in between colors. I think I've added a little too many stars, so... Wow, that made me really dizzy because I really have to force my eyes to be able to try to look here. Almost done. Just got the skin, lips, eyes to go. Just realized I forgot the little highlight on her head. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more highlight to her dress. Now I'm gonna move on to skin because I know that's gonna take a minute to do. As you can see, I've gotten pretty oily as the hours have gone by. So I'm just cleaning off that oil because I'm going to be using cream products and I do not want them to slide off. So I'm going to start off with the NYX Invincible foundation in Ivory. And this is a really, really thick, full coverage foundation. And this one's really pale too. So I'm going to use it to clean up certain edges. I don't know if this foundation is doing what I want it to do. Yeah, you know what? Forget this foundation. I am going to use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I think it just has a drier consistency, so it'll be better for this. I think what I dislike about this concealer is that it tried to be the poor man's Shape Tape, but it did not succeed. So it's like, it's thick and it's dry consistency like Shape Tape, but doesn't have the same finish. And I also hate skin products that oxidize. There's like no excuse for it. Okay, now that I've kind of cleaned up a few of the lines, I'm going in with this concealer palette because it's got some kind of weird shades on it. Like this color, no one has skin this color. This is like a grayish green. But I tend to use this color a lot when I'm doing my more artistic looks, so it comes in handy. So I've got my Makeup Forever Flash palette, and I'm gonna mix some of the blues in with the concealers to start shading my face. So I'm using this light teal color, putting it here on, putting it on my palette, and mixing it with this weird color. Oh, that's turning kind of green though. That's not what I want. Let me put some of the dark blue in there instead of the teal. That works a bit better. Okay, so I've got this kind of weird, it's looking green here in the palette, but let's see. Mix the teal, the blue, and the concealer. Oh, it's actually pretty teal. Whoa, that's really teal. Okay, let me just use some of the concealer on its own and smudge that out a bit. It's looking a bit greener than I wanted it, so hold on. Mixing the dark blue with this shade right here. A little bit better. Yeah, that's more the color I was going for. So it ends up looking almost like a gray. I'm gonna use the white from the Flash palette. Okay, I don't know if I like that white very much. I think I'm gonna go with the Skins palette with the lightest color to help with the highlights. I'm gonna get a bit of the ColourPop concealer again. And back with the Skins face paint. on to the lips real quick, and then I'm gonna go back to the rest of the skin. So for the lip, I swatched a bunch of different options, and I think I'm gonna mix a whole bunch to get this right. So I'm gonna use the NYX Lip Lingerie in Embellishment on the top. And then on the bottom lip, I'm using the Smashbox Liquid Lipstick in Slay Tan. This looks super silly. Then I'm also going in with two metallic shades. One is XO Vlada by Smashbox, and the other is Wefelia by Incredible Cosmetics. I'm gonna apply the Vlada one around the edges, kind of, on the top. And then I'm using Wefelia right in the center. Once that dries, I'm going in with a light face paint to draw on the little reflexes. Now I want a really pale concealer, so I'm going to use the Kevyn aucoin Central Skin Enhancer in the color SX02. I always forget how intense this concealer is. A little bit goes such a long way. Now I need to do some blue reflexes. Starting with the teal, but I'm gonna go in with a dark blue as well. Okay, because I can't seem to be getting this highlight right with creams or liquids or anything, and it's driving me insane, I'm gonna go in with Sugar Pills Taco. That's just a pure white eyeshadow. I much prefer working with powders than I do with creams. I don't really like creams. They're too unpredictable and they slip and slide. I like working with powders whenever I can. Now I'm gonna take the darkest brown. I might mix these two actually, and I'm going to trace the lips. So I've elevated the corner a little bit to change the shape of my lip. And I'm also shading the lip. I also need to trace my nostril. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of that to see what it's looking like, because there's a lot going on and my eyes are really tired at this point, so it's better if I just analyze it from a photo. Ooh, that's not too bad. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Okay. Now I've got some confidence. I wasn't having too much confidence, to be perfectly honest, but now I can see where this is going. I like it when my energy is really low and then I take a look at the finished product and it's going the way I want it to go. And that kind of boosts my energy back up. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to finish the eye and that's it. Because I've been working on this for like 6 hours. I don't know. So it's time for me to finish. Back with that Makeup Forever pencil, I'm going to line my waterline. Okay, final stretch. Let's do this. I'm going to go in with Void from the Creepy Q palette. Creepy Q? Didn't even pronounce that T-E. Creepy Cute palette. I'm just going to smudge that lower lash line. Okay, and I totally like messed up my gray eyeshadow during this whole thing, so just using what's left. Oh, probably shouldn't have done that. That's fine. I forgot I need to do the highlight on there with a white. Just doing some little dots to give the highlight a bit of texture. Now I'm taking my NYX Epic Liner and just finishing up that line. Then I'm going to throw on a pair of lashes, or rather, oh no, I do need the pair because I need to be able to see the other one on the other side. I'm going with the Lily Lashes for Sephora in the style Mykonos. And I'm just going to pop those on real quick off camera. This half and half is really cool. I don't think I've ever done half and half makeup before. While the glue dries, I'm going in with the Ciate London Wonder Wand mascara. And I'm going to apply quite a bit to my lower lashes. Been using the Kush mascara so much that I forgot how much I really love this mascara too. Never blow on other people's lashes, guys. I'm blowing on these because these are my own. And I'm the only person who's ever going to use them. If you're doing someone's makeup, never blow on their lashes. Never blow on their anything. I know that sounds dirty, but I mean it. For health reasons, never blow on palettes, never blow on lashes, never blow on the client's face, especially. If you have to, grab some like cardboard or something and use it as like a fan. On my right eye, I'm not applying it super close to the lash line because I don't want to yank out my lashes when I take it off. I just need the ends to show when I turn to my side, so I don't really care where I'm applying this lash, to be honest. Just gonna take my liner, fix the line up a little bit. And guys, I think that's it. I think all I need is the wig now. Yes. Wait, I lied. One more little thing, I swear. Last thing, I swear after this we can all go home. We can go grab a pizza or something. Like, just let me do this one thing, please. So I'm just going in with some white face paint to highlight certain areas that I really want to make the highlight pop out a little bit more. Okay, I'm done. There, that's it. I'm stopping myself. I'm gonna go grab the wig now. Okay? And this is the finished look. I know this side looks a little crazy. I tied back this side of the wig so that when I turned, you'd still be able to see these lashes, so that there wouldn't be black just behind it. Let's not think about this side too much. This side is not the focus of this video. Let's just care about this side, okay? Okay, so I can't see the monitor, so I don't know what that looks like. So I'm gonna bring the monitor in front of me on this side so that I can see a little bit better, okay? Okay. Now I can see what you guys are seeing. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, so that's it. I don't even know how many hours it's been. I don't even want to know. I think I started at like 5:30-ish. It's 1 a.m. now. Not too bad, but also not great. Give this a thumbs up if you like this kind of video and want to see more of it. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell as well, because as everyone knows by now, YouTube isn't showing our stuff to our subscribers, which is kind of shitty. And I will see you next Tuesday. Bye!